Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is JoAnne and I am a voice teacher and I have not posted a video in quite some time. This is my return to YouTube. So this is kind of fun. Little backstory, if you've been here for a minute, you know that I was teaching and I was living in New York, and then a lot of things happened in my life and I moved to Nashville and I actually stopped teaching for a while, and now I am back. Almost a year since my last video, I am back and I'm creating content. I'm feeling great, and if you hear whimpering in the background, I am sorry. I have a very tiny puppy and he doesn't like the fact that it's nap time. I'm very excited. Again, my name is JoAnne. I am a voice teacher. I have a master's degree in vocal pedagogy, and I am, by the time you're seeing this, a certified yoga teacher. So that's exciting. I got the certification, which I'm gonna make a whole video on this, but I did my research in grad school on yoga and weight training and how it affects the voice. So I've been meaning to get that certification so that I can teach you more yoga related things. So keep an eye out for that. But for today, we are back with another reaction video. So I'm gonna be reacting to Jordan Fisher because y'all know I love him. And we're gonna be looking at his performance of Waving Through a Window from The View. And it looks like this was only a few months ago. So this is a pretty recent performance, and I love Dear Even Hansen. I love Jordan Fisher. I'm very excited. I have not seen this before at all. So you're gonna get a totally authentic reaction. So let's dive in. Also, just side note, I've gotten a lot of comments about this. This is a reaction video, so if you want to see the full performance without me pausing and giving my thoughts, it is linked below. You're welcome to watch it and then come back and hear my thoughts if you want. But this is a reaction video. We'll be pausing it. I will be giving my thoughts. That's how these things work. Let's dive in.
I've learned to slam on the brake before I even turn the key, before I make the mistake, before I lead with the worst of me. Give them no reason to stare, no slipping up if you slip away. So I got nothing to share, no, I got nothing to say.
Okay, I know we're not too far into the song yet. I love his voice. This is like butter. It is gorgeous. It sounds so simple for him. But I'm watching his face. He's got a lot of emotion going on, but I see a lot of scrunching around his nose and under his eyes that I don't think is necessary for the character. So my assumption is that he's using that in order to kind of get some of the technique that he's looking for. I'm noticing a little bit of tension in his jaw, which I don't love. I mean, if you've been here for a minute, you know that I'm a stickler about jaw tension, largely because I struggle with it myself, so I'm really picky about it. But I mean, he sounds incredible. These are just things I'm pointing out that I'm noticing. There's a little bit of tension going on in his face, but the sound is beautiful and free. Let's keep going.
Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned, because you've learned. On the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than I've always been? Cause I'm tapping on the glass, I'm waving through a window. I try to speak but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. I'm waving through a window.
Okay, I'm gonna be really picky here. That waving, he's pulling tension up. I'd prefer to see him, instead of pulling tension, to get that like really breathy falsetto, waving through a window. I'd love for him to kind of think down a little bit more, or really just releasing his anchor. That's the thing with falsetto or that breathy singing. It's just not a full voice sound. It is possible for men to sing in head voice. Head voice is in the male voice is when the body of the vocal folds are fully vibrating. Falsetto is when the body of the vocal fold is not vibrating. That's why we get that breathy sound. Fun little vocal ped fact there. I know that that might not be what you're used to hearing about falsetto and head voice, but it is true, trust me. So what I'd love to see him do there is waving through a window. I'd love to see him just kind of stay in his body, and just that waving is just lighter than everything else. He just kind of releases his anchor a little bit and lets a little bit more air through as he goes into falsetto. We don't need that waving through a window, that tension, we just don't need it. But actually it was really cool when he's doing that tap, tap, tapping on the glass. It was actually so much freer. Really great airflow. There was no tension in his face. His acting is flawless. He sounds absolutely incredible. Literally the things that I'm pointing out are just visual things that I'm seeing that I can tell are tension that I don't love, but he sounds amazing.
Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me?
Okay, that build. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? That was gorgeous, the way he built. That was fantastic, and then he backed off. So released through here. That's what I would love for to see him do, like, all the time. When he's doing that waving through a window, clearly he can do it. He can clearly play with that dynamic without bringing in the shoulder tension. What he just did there was flawless. Okay, let's keep going.
We start with stars in our eyes. We start believing that we belong, but every sun doesn't rise, and no one tells you where you went wrong. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned, on the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? Cause I'm tapping on the glass, waving through a window. I try to speak but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass, waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving?
I know he's going in the bridge right now. I'm gonna pause before we get to the bridge so I can comment on everything we just heard in that second verse and chorus. Whoa, okay, so I mean, there's a little bit of face tension going on, but like, since he's doing this bigger sound, we have bigger jaw opening, his jaw isn't grabbing as much. That was flawless. I did not see much tension. There's like a tiny bit of face tension. I'm being picky on that, but that sound was incredible, flawless. If you are looking for a good tenor belt sound in this part of the voice for this song, look at Jordan Fisher. Flawless. Literally so beautiful. Let's go to the bridge. This is my favorite part of the song, so I'm excited.
When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? It's like I never made a sound. Will I ever make a sound?
Holy crap, that was amazing. I know we're about to build into the chorus again. I need a comment on this bridge. Oh, that was everything I wanted and more. The acting was on point. I felt like he was talking rather than singing. His emotion really drove that. It was beautiful. It was so free. I didn't see anything grabbing unnecessarily. Oh my word, that was spectacular. Also, just want to say, Jordan Fisher's breath support is out of this world. Like, goals. He has such a smooth, consistent, like buttery quality to his voice. It's fantastic.
On the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? Cause I'm tapping on the glass, waving through a window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear. So I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass, waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? Is anybody waving? Waving, waving,
Okay, that was incredible. Gorgeous. I would 100% pay to see that performance. I loved it. The thing that I love seeing is, like I mentioned, we started out with some tension going on, and I've reacted to some of his other performances, and I love his voice. I've noticed he has some facial tension that happens. That's why I'm picking on the tension. It's because I've noticed it before. But when he starts opening up his mouth more and really belting, we're getting a sound that requires more mouth opening, requires more space. And when he gives that, we see everything just release, and it is spectacular. Oh my word, it is so gorgeous. Those top notes up there, he did a really good job modifying and getting the lift that he needed in order to make those happen. You also might notice he darkened the vowel a little bit up there, that waving, waving, whoa. You could hear it was more comfortable in his voice when he dropped back down that whoa, that waving. That is a really hard vowel to belt on, so he did a very good job, but he modified it, waving, a little bit more, whoa. It was a darker O than when he went, whoa. That is goals for vowel modification right there. Honestly, that is not an easy song to sing. His performance was stellar. I would pay to see that performance. I really actually would like to see that performance, but I don't live in New York. That was phenomenal. I hope you enjoyed this reaction video. If you are interested in voice lessons, I am currently booking voice lessons. So there's information down below, and you can click on that to sign up for voice lessons. And I'm looking forward to working with you, and I will see you next time. Make sure you hit subscribe, like this video if you liked it, and I will catch you next week in the next video. And we're gonna have some fun changes coming to this channel. You're gonna start seeing some live teaching videos. Well, they'll be live when I was filming them. They're not gonna be live when I post them. But anyways, you're gonna see some teaching videos. You're gonna be seeing more singing from me, more reactions. You're gonna start seeing more videos about yoga and singing and a bunch of other fun stuff. We're doing a little bit of a rebrand. It's gonna be great. So I'm really glad to have you here. Stick around, and I will see you next week. Bye.